ForeFlight's enhanced weight and balance capability is now available for individual customers, allowing you to create, edit, and plan with your weight and balance profiles more easily. And with a Performance Plus subscription plan, you can integrate your weight and balance planning directly with your flight planning for a vastly simplified pre-flight workflow. Initially available as an optional ForeFlight Labs feature, this new weight and balance paradigm will fully replace the old weight and balance view later in 2022. To get started with enhanced weight and balance, go to More, Account, ForeFlight Labs, and enable the Enhanced Weight and Balance switch. You can revert to the old weight and balance at any time before the new paradigm becomes permanent, and your legacy weight and balance profiles will still be accessible even after migrating them to the new paradigm. If you have existing weight and balance profiles, go to More, Weight and Balance, and select one of them from the drop-down in the top left. ForeFlight's Migration Assistant will help you get them set up and ready to use with the new system. Start by selecting the ForeFlight aircraft profile associated with that weight and balance profile to tie the two together. If the aircraft's weight values differ between the two profiles, then ForeFlight will prompt you to select the correct set of weights to apply to both profiles. Tap Next at the bottom to move on to verify the aircraft's station arms. Tap on any station to view and edit its details, including the name, arm length, and the station's type. Tap Next again to move on to the final step of verifying the number of seats per station. Tap Done to complete the migration process. If you made a mistake or need to edit the profile in any other way, just tap the Edit button to the right of the profile selector in the Weight and Balance view. To add a new weight and balance profile, go to More, Aircraft, and select an aircraft. Then tap Add Weight and Balance Profile midway down the page. Many aircraft types have pre-built weight and balance templates to simplify setup. Select the appropriate template if available, or tap Blank Template to create the profile from scratch. Enter the new profile's name at the top of the page, along with your aircraft's basic empty CG and basic empty weight. If your aircraft's CG limits are defined using the %MAC notation, toggle the switch at the bottom of the page to enable this mode. Verify that the station and seat details are correct, or enter this information manually if starting from a blank template. ForeFlight supports 5 basic station types: single seat, row of seats, cargo, fuel, and aircraft items. All station types allow you to enter a name, arm length, weight limit, and notes, plus additional details depending on the type. Many contain a setting switch to include the station in the aircraft's basic operating weight with an associated weight value. Rows of seats let you add individual seats with their own names and weight limits. Fuel stations allow you to enable the variable fuel station option to define a fuel moment table. Lastly, verify the forward and aft CG limits or add them manually. You're now ready to start planning with your new weight and balance profile. The updated weight and balance view has a similar layout to the older one, with fields for entering load information on the left, the weight and CG graph and significant weight values in the top right, and more detailed results below. Tap on any seat or station on the left to specify its weight along with an optional description, or select from a set of standard weights and saved loads below. You can edit the standard weight values using the menu at the very bottom of More, Settings. The saved loads list includes all previously entered weights that you added a description for, as well as any loads that were migrated from a legacy profile. The most recently selected saved loads appear at the top of the list, and you can remove any of them using Swipe Delete. Passenger seats include a type selector to specify whether the seat is occupied by a person, as well as an infant in lap option, both of which contribute to the filed passenger count, but do not otherwise affect the weight and balance calculation. Scroll to the bottom of the list to enter the amount of fuel in each tank. Then specify the estimated ground and in-flight fuel consumption to see the results of the weight and balance calculation on the right. Zoom in on the graph to get a better view of how your aircraft's weight and center of gravity will shift during the flight. Tap the Summary button in the top right to generate a load manifest PDF containing all of the calculations' inputs and outputs, along with a space to sign and date the document for record keeping. Tap the Send To button in the top right to print, share, or mark up the PDF. While the new weight and balance view is available for all subscription plans, ForeFlight Performance subscription plans allow you to integrate weight and balance directly with your flight planning to speed up and simplify your pre-flight workflow. With a basic flight plan entered on flights, scroll down to the Payload section and tap Weight and Balance. Make sure the correct weight and balance profile is selected at the top of the page. Then specify seat and cargo loads for the flight as before. The tight integration with flights allows ForeFlight to automatically determine the starting fuel values and fuel consumption. And the detailed load information likewise feeds back into those calculations for even greater accuracy. Expand the Payload subsection on the main Flights view to directly edit the weight of any seat or station without re-entering the weight and balance page. If more than 10 seats or stations are available, then ForeFlight saves space by only showing the ones with a non-zero weight, and adds a button at the bottom of each subsection that you can tap on to access and fill the empty stations. The Summary button in Flights generates the same Load Manifest PDF, but adds basic flight information in the top left. You can also attach the document to the flight's files list from the Send To menu, allowing you to easily sign and date it within ForeFlight using annotation mode. With weight and balance planning seamlessly integrated with your flight planning workflow, you can plan more efficiently, accurately, and easily respond to last-minute passenger and payload changes without missing a beat.